Hello to all crypto traders and welcome to another Daily Waves on Cryptos video. In today's session, we're going to have a quick look on ENJIN and also MATIC, as both of them have been voted with high demand from my community on YouTube and also the Corona Circle community on Telegram. We do know that there's been a big dip in the markets following Elon Musk's comments regarding Tesla accepting Bitcoin. Well, to me, to be honest, maybe, and I will be waiting for this to come up in the news. If that is the case, of course, maybe Tesla sold some of the Bitcoins actually, and then found a good opportunity to cause a bit of a fad in the markets in order to rebuy at a lower price. Is this going to continue lower or not? We do not know. For the moment, we've had a fresh low on Bitcoin, which is important to mention. We've got a few altcoins actually disregarding what's really happening and moving up. For example, ADA is doing quite well, but we're not here to analyze ADA. We're going to have a quick look, as I said before, MATIC and ENJIN, which, by the way, the former does very well as well. The question is how these two are likely to perform, and this is what we're going to analyze today. Speaking, of course, probabilistic rather than definitively. And that is why this is not investment advice, it's purely educational. So let's jump to the charts. And then again, don't forget to subscribe so that you can participate in the votes. I think there's 2-3 votes. Actually, every single video I do comes out of votes. So join my YouTube community, turn notifications on so that you get to say what, or at least one vote, of what coin I'm going to analyze in my next video. So back to the charts, guys, and let's start with ENJIN coin. I'm looking at the 4-hour here, so let's just start with the daily first. Let's go out and do a quick recap of what we're looking. Do not forget, we're still moving up impulsively. There is calls that the bull run is finished. That is not really changing where we are, to be fair. Because even if we correct, even if we go down to 25 cents for ENJIN, we are still moving impulsively. Okay, so you got to understand that very big declines can be expected. The bull run ending or not is irrelevant to what we're going to see here in terms of the medium and long term. Okay, so looking at the long term, wave 1 and 2, and then 3, 4, and 5. We haven't even gotten there. We did 1 and 2. We haven't gotten to finish 3. Okay? And we are in actually currently, you know, internally, as we look at the yellow 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, we're either finished 4 and we're heading up for 5, or we still have another wave down to go down to 4 and then complete 5. Now, where we can go, yeah, let's have a quick look. Hold on. First, I want you to pay attention to the 142. It might be a bit higher to be honest, like the 80 or so 169. I will tell you why. When we draw Fibonacci from 2, actually we take wave 1, 2, and 3 so far, the yellow ones. We go from 0.03 to $3.994, right? That Fibonacci tells us what? That wave 2 ended around 25, right? It did the 25 correction. So we can expect a 75 correction for 4, up to 75, right? That would be the rule of alternation being respected. What else we can do is take our Fibonacci from down here all the way up, and because we don't have a low yet, we'll leave that as a sort of an expansion. The 61.8 get us to 6.44. The 61.8, yeah, that's usually where wave 5 extends to in traditional markets, right? If we take commodities markets, which are more correlated with what's happening with cryptocurrencies, and this is what I'm using for my wave analysis, the usual level, because we get a fifth extension usually, is the 1.618. Now the 1.618 get us to 10.40, guys. Okay. Now I'm not saying that wave 5 is going to extend, but there is good chances. Okay. Now Usually in traditional markets, wave 1 and 5 are equal, okay? But in the cryptocurrency markets, we get extended 3 and extended 5. That is the reason I'm looking at the 61.8 and the 1.618, okay? But obviously we are very far from there, okay? I just want you to see that, what I'm looking for the long term. Now, channeling technique, we take the previous low and we take also the, hold on, we're in the red, yeah? So we take the 2 and we take the previous top and the low. And our Fibonacci, our channel brings us down here. Well, it really depends if price start moving lower. It really, it's a matter of time and price. Where is the price that we're going to hit that? But if you draw the same channel, you can expect prices to bounce over there in case we move lower. Okay, in case, I repeat. Now, if we take the short of the ascending channel, this is actually the accelerating channel. We look at 1, 2, and 3. 4 brings us down here again. Okay, and again, it's a matter of time and price where exactly we're going to go down to. Okay, what price level? But I really pay attention to it would be around the 75 to 78, 142 to 110 or so, maybe $1. But I would never think anything below $1. I mean, never just for the moment, right? It looks like we're correcting in wave 4 still. And why do I say that? Do I have supporting evidence? Well, one is the fact that we didn't get to the channel down yet. You might ask, why do we have to go there? We don't have to go there, but we became bearishly biased the moment we broke the median regression of this channel. Okay, that's the truth. Then we also gone beyond the previous wave 4. I know it's a false break for now, but there is chances that we can continue lower, because usually wave 4 and wave 4 enter at the same sort of level, right? Here you can see we had a double bottom and then we had another move to the downside with a false break for now. What else do I see? I see a signal here. Okay, do I? Look at this. This is an RSI divergence. Okay, and it's a good signal for a continuation to the downside, but continuation as a correction, because we're still in wave 4 in my opinion. Okay, now let me get you down to the 4 hours and let me take away the RSI. Don't need it any longer. As I was saying, it looks like to me we did 3 and we're expecting 4. A few weeks back when I did the same video, I was looking at this as an ABC and a potential continuation to the upside, perhaps. Or I also said we might get a WX and Y. And to me, it looks like we're getting a WX and Y. Okay? So, what does this mean? This means that this is a leading diagonal, a B, yeah, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a wave C. This is a flat in here, yeah, in wave 4 of C. We get another simple zigzag over here for X, and then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, leading diagonal in A simple B, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is what I'm looking at this current moment. Okay, which also is, I mean, it's not really supported by the RSI per se, but you got to see that there is no signals that they indicate that we have some sort of bearish divergence, bullish divergence, though that will move to the upside. Nothing so far, and we're on the 4 hour. Usually what there is no signals on the RSI means that the previous longer term signal is still valid, which means a continuation to the downside. Okay. So for the moment, guys, this is what I'm looking. The alternative scenario is this, that as I have said back 3 weeks ago, we ended wave 4 down here. Okay. And this is now going to be some sort of, impulsive move to the upside, which means this is 1, 2, this is 3, 4, and this is 5. Yeah. And this is an A, and this is a B, and this is a C, and that C is an ending diagonal, right? Which means it ended down here. And that means that we've had the 1 and the 2. Yeah, wave 4 is down here, and now we're gonna start moving up impulsively for wave 3, 4, and 5. And there's going to be an eternal structure, of course, as well. If that is the case, guys, okay, so we really need to consider bringing that level down here because we have the low and take into account the $8 instead. Obviously, we have to add the 78 and the 1 as well for some resistances. 4.8, you can see them, 4.1, 4.8, 5.6, and 8. Okay, just in case that we'll have that low. Now, if we get the low down here, again, just pull that line down here so you have your levels being more accurate. Okay, now, there is something else I want to mention. Okay, guys, we're still moving on a bearish channel over here. If we connect these lines, look at this. Okay, we had, let me go down just for to clear things a bit further out, and let me just, okay, let's leave the RSI to see if we get any signals. I mean, we've got this signal over here, you see, and we get now move to the upside. But anyway, why I've got the Fibonacci over here, guys, is because from there, oops, excuse me, from down here, yeah, all the way up here, we did the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement, okay? And the thing is, though, that we came even below that level, which to me means that if that was 1 and 2, if we come below 2, that becomes a bit of a weird structure, doesn't it? So I'll be looking at the 78.6, okay? And I'll be also looking at this stop over here from the descending channel, okay? Which means, you know, currently we're at 61.8 at 2.27 next. If we come back above that level, then we'll be looking much better, okay? And that's my honest opinion. We'll be looking much better. But what we can also do, because we're looking at short-term now and get some short-term signals, guys, yeah, we also need to take into account the descending channel from the current top to the bottom, okay? Which means we need to look at, well, that would be 1, 2, the 3, and the 1, okay? And you see that we stopped exactly at 61.8, which happens to be also a confluence with the median regression line of this channel. Now, you may ask, so what is this, dude? Well, this to me is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which makes wave 1, and that is 1, 2, 3. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to make 3, then 4 and 5, as I said before, okay? Now, it's an extended one to me. This is an extended one, okay? If we go higher, don't forget that we still can break that level and still be imported to the downside because our wave 1 is here at 2.37, which happens to be, again, the descending channel over here. So until we break 236, guys, I am biased to the downside, okay? And I hope that this analysis is fair enough for you, to you. In case, of course, you have questions, I'm happy to respond should you leave a message on YouTube. Now let's go to MATIC. Finally, guys, it's the first time I'm going to do MATIC, so I'm a bit excited and a bit, well, yeah, a bit excited because MATIC is actually doing very well. And this is a new structure I've actually looked at recently, actually just before the video, to be fair, and it's looking particularly bullish, but it's a bit overextended, okay? You might ask, why am I excited? Well, because when things are overextended, they tend to fall, and then that gives a better opportunity to buy in, okay? Plus, I did a new count, so I'm not sure if you have realized, but I love Elliott waves. So this is our wave 1, this is our wave 2. This is a W, X, and A triangle. This is a double combination, guys. Okay. And then we've got wave 3 is not done yet. And to me, it looks like it's going to be done very soon. Unless if it was done at whatever 30 went, whatever the price was. Okay. Now, we are still looking bullish though, because we are trading within this channel, guys. And as long as we trade within this channel, we're looking bullish. It's simple as that. So we take 2 and 4 because 4 is done in this case, and we're in 5, right? Our price is still within this sort of channel, okay? And that is an accelerating channel, Okay, it's not like the base channel, because our base channel will be something like, you know, let me just try to do, we'll just go from down there all the way to 2 and to 1. Okay, that could give us a nice support, to be honest, a base support. So with that now said, what's happening with the RSI? Oops, that's a nice signal, isn't it? This is a nice divergence, guys, and it's actually double as well, because you've got that signal 1 and that signal 2. Okay, are we overextended? Yes, I said it. And we use the same methodology as before. We go from 0 up to 3, and now we have the 4 in. So we take 4. Where do we get to? The extension, 1.618, 1.1065. That's our level. Now you might say, what if we extend more? We can extend more. If we extend more, we're going to go to 163 next. But honestly, guys, I don't think wave 5 is going to extend more than that, especially when we have waves 3 and 5 extended as well. I mean, the biggest extension will be 4.236, just to have that in mind. And just to have that numerically in mind as well, let's just check where that is. 4236. It's a 2.50. Okay. But do you really think that these two signals are going to just get invalidated somehow? I personally don't think so, but time will tell. Now, let's go down to the 4 hours and see what sort of scenarios we can have play around with. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. So on the 4 hours, guys, again, we see these two channels over here, the acceleration and the base channel. We're looking at the WXY correction over here. We've got a nice expanding flat since we break below that for a tiny bit. And then a continuation, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with an ending diagonal and A, B, and a C. Okay. For some reason, wave 4 slipped a little bit further. So I think this is where the 4 is, which means this is a simple ABC, because we've got a flat here, ABC here is expected. Okay. Now, what do we have over here? There is two scenarios, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means that this is an ending diagonal and we ended. Okay, which means we're going to start looking for opportunities to the downside. But is this something that has high probabilities? Well, we've reached the 161 extension. We've just falsely broken the median regression of this channel. Okay, and we've had our last 5-wave move up, indeed in an ending diagonal manner. Okay, so these are the signs that, okay, we might correct. And that's the moment. But what I don't like, and we need to go down on the 1 hour for this, I don't like how this goes to the downside, guys. Because if we were supposed to turn, yeah, I would prefer to see an impulse. I would prefer to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clear 5 waves, okay? Because I don't get them, I'm more of a fan to the scenario where we're going to get another wave up. Okay, that means we can get it in 2 different scenarios. Okay, probabilities are pretty much equal. One is this. This is wave 4, and it slipped, as I said before, because I was checking the scenarios. This is then an ABC, right? If that makes sense to you, that's a simple correction, and we go into the minute degree. One minute is that color, and then we've got is that a triangle? ABC? No, it's not a triangle. Let's just call it another ABC. Okay, looks like this is a leading diagonal, AB, and a C down here. Okay. So wave Y is truncated over here, as you can see, because it comes above the previous high. Now, what this means is that we've got 1, 2, yeah, 3, 4, and we're gonna get another leg up to finish this ending diagonal. And I'm not looking at particularly going up here or getting the line in, okay, this trend line. I'm just looking for a new high. The moment we have the new high at 130 something, that's it for me. Okay, now, is this supported by anything? Look at the RSI. The RSI gives us a tiny signal. Let's say a tiny signal over here. You see that? Yeah, from there to there, which, I mean, it played in. That's why I'm looking now for a continuation to the upside for another way, because that signal is valid. Okay, so the moment we break below this trend line, I will start looking at this scenario in a different way. Okay, because don't forget, we can still get our channel from here to here. Okay, if we assume either scenario, that will be the first scenario. We still trade above the median. We had a nice rejection here, so it's very possible to get the other leg up, and I'm not gonna change my mind until we break below that level. Okay, and the other scenario, which is the one we're looking right now, for example, it would be a case where the channel would be there. Okay, pretty similar stuff. Again, I'll be looking at the, break and break to consider some sort of reversal to the downside. Don't also forget the potential for that to be ABC, and then we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was going to be a flat, but probabilities are a little bit lower than the other scenarios we saw. Now, if we assume 4 is here or here, in either case, there is another scenario that I'm not going to say is highly probable, because as I said, we are quite extended, but there's also room for that to make a move. That is the scenario where, guys, this is, let's assume wave 4 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. And then we go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, which means we're going to go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means this is 1, this is 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So we've got an internal structure over here. That's why we see this as corrective, because there is interactions between wave 1 and the previous wave 2, the lower degree wave 2. Okay, and that is, guys, all for the day. I hope you did enjoy this video. In case you have questions, don't hesitate to comment. If you have an alternative scenario or any comments that are related to technical analysis, you have to leave your analysis on the comments. Otherwise, it will not be responded. Okay, subscribe, turn your notifications on so you can vote also for yourself. Bring your friends to support you with your votes. There is a lot of people requesting particular coins, but I cannot simply do on-demand analysis unless if you want to request that service, then feel free to send me a message. The details are on the About section on YouTube. Thanks again, and we'll speak again soon.